स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Selfless universal prayer, please. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु सर्वसद्बुद्धिमाप्नोतु सर्वः सर्वत्र नन्दतु। हरिः ओम्। Okay, namaste to everybody. Subhodayam. Very good morning to all the participants of this meditation through Bhagavad Gita or meditation and Bhagavad Gita. So now this month, in the month of August, from today till Saturday, 6 days, we are dealing with the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita and meditation. It's a very important chapter, very serious chapter, very profound chapter, a very scientific chapter. It requires concentration, your focus, your study, your analysis, your thinking. So I request all of you, young and old, elders and youngsters who have joined this course, to be very serious, to be regular, and to be practicing these teachings. People simply make comments on the Bhagavad Gita that it is only for Parayanam, only for a funeral, or only for some other purpose. Not at all. This is for transforming yourself. This is for spiritual growth, spiritual unfoldment. There is Sharirika Vikas, physical development, from a baby till the oldest man, physically growing, both in body, in age, in their life. Quantification, physical. The second is mental, Manasika Vikas, concentration, discrimination, willpower, knowledge power. These are all departments of the mind. Ekagrata, Viveka Buddhi, your Ichcha Shakti and Gnana Shakti. Other powers are there, but these are the main things that we use every day. Then comes Adhyatmika Shakti, Atmanubhavam, Atma Vikas, Sharirika Vikas, physical, both height, weight, health, strength, stamina, self-defense, immunity, all that. Sharirika Vikas. The second is Manasika Vikas, concentration, detachment, discrimination, willpower, knowledge power. Then Adhyatmika Vikas, inside out, manifestation of the divinity already within you. So Gita will aim at that, the core of your being. The teachings will go directly there. Though through the mind it will go, but the main focus is spiritual development. So 13th chapter is turning point. From here a new philosophy will emerge. The first 6 chapters, Arjuna Vishada Yoga till Atma Sanyama Yoga or Dhyana Yoga, 6th chapter, deals with the sadhaka, deals with you, deals with me, deals with the individual. Who are you? Why are you? How you should be? What you should do? All these are discussed in the first 6 chapters of the individual, of the jiva, of the meditator. Then 7th chapter till 12th chapter. That is another subject. That deals with what? Deals with God. Deals with the Tat aspect. That Paramatma, that Ishvara, his qualities. From 7th chapter you see Gnana Vignana Yoga. Name itself is very, very deep and powerful and profound. Gnana Vignana Yoga, Akshara Brahma Yoga, Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga, Vibhuti Yoga, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. These are second part of that subject. That is Tat aspect. First 6 chapters, Tvam aspect. Now from 13th to 18th, another subject, another big highway. What is that highway? Asi, A-S-I, Asi. Asi means how I should become that. How I should attain the Paramatma, how I should attain the Ishvara. How I should understand. So that is the last part of the Bhagavad Gita teachings. This is a Mahavakya. 18 chapters are dealt as Mahavakya. What is Mahavakya? Normal meaning is etymological meaning. We say etymological meaning. According to the term. Like dictionary meaning. Tat Tvam Asi Mahavakya. This Mahavakya, etymologically, as per the words, it means great statement, great expression, Vakya, Mahavakya. Okay. But actual meaning is, the Tattvam is, by this Vakya, Mahavakya, 4 Mahavakyas are there in the 4 Vedas. This Vakya, by thinking, by practicing, by absorbing, by meditating, by keeping it always bright and powerful in your heart, the Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. The union between the Jivatma and Paramatma takes place. That is the Mahavakya significance. You should not say Mahavakya means what? Great statement. No, that is a translation. But go deeper. In the meaning is that which takes you higher, that which unites you with that Supreme Being. Now we are separate. We have forgotten the identification, forgotten that oneness. That's why we suffer in this world. We do all sorts of useless things, foolish things, unwanted things, and become more and more troublesome. Nature will become so heavy, so many temptations, so much of suffering we are seeing every day. Lust, luxury, and all that, bodily comforts. So that is the problem. This Mahavakya practice, Tattvamasi, 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 Aham Brahmasmi, Pragnanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma. These are Mahavakyas. So Tattvamasi is Bhagavad Gita Mahavakya. Quick summary, Tat means that. Tvam means the Jiva. Asi means thou art that, art. You should become that. Now, the name of the last chapter, 18th chapter, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Moksha, that is the goal. All other things are secondary. According to our Purusharthas, goal of every Hindu, of every Jiva is moksha. Not even Swargam, not even heavenly pleasures. Again, after heavenly pleasures, their account is settled. You have to come back to Bhuloka and attend all these classes. You have to go around again and again and again. Okay. So please be very serious about it. And always keep a copy of the Bhagavad Gita on your table during the class. Later also, when in your study table or in your office, in your bag, keep a copy of the Bhagavad Gita and see that occasionally like a tablet, like a vitamin, like a small, it gives you comfort. So you should be having that copy of the Bhagavad Gita, which is preferably with meaning. Because Sanskrit we may not know, you may not know. So with translation you can have, and keep yourself focused on the highway. So this is the purpose of these classes. Every month we have been doing one chapter successfully by the grace of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. We have come to the 13th chapter. And those who are attending first time in this month only, we are uploading into our YouTube channel, VIHEHYD, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence YouTube channel. We have uploaded already the 11th chapter. Now I am uploading the 9th chapter, daily one episode. So I request the new students to listen to that, so that connection will be there. Old people also. Old means what? Not old in age. Old means don't take it like old means those who have attended already. So old has got a different meaning. Old is gold, new is silver, young is platinum. So many proverbs they say. So those who already attained, they are old students. So they also can revise and share their links with their friends, with the new people, so that more and more will get the benefit of Bhagavad Gita and meditation. These are very important combination. Not just Bhagavad Gita class, it is not just meditation class. Practical meditation through Bhagavad Gita. So I will be explaining as previously, chanting every day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, theory about meditation, explaining few selected shlokas of the 13th chapter. Okay. Right. 13th chapter, there are about 34 shlokas. 13th chapter, 34 shlokas. So 6 days, 6 5s are 30. So in that way, 1 or 2 repetitions or some references in between. This chapter has got a link with 7th chapter. So Krishna has already spoken there, Gnana Vijnana Yoga. And then here he is giving another viewpoint of Kshetra and Kshetragna. Okay. So let us start with Gita Dhyana Shlokas, everybody. Some of you have not opened your video camera. What is the problem? How are you sitting? Are you sitting in sofa? Are you sitting for meditation? Are you sitting on your bed? All these are important, please. Be like school children. You have to be little focused, sincere, and visible also, visible. Otherwise, if you are eating idli, dosa behind the camera, then it is not Bhagavad Gita, it is only Nidra Yoga. Participation, 100%. Everybody have a copy of the Bhagavad Gita in your own mother tongue or English translations. And that will have Dhyana Shlokas. Dhyana Shlokas. Please open that. So I will be chanting. Please repeat. Oh. Take a deep breath. Chant again Omkaram. Om. Take a deep breath. Back straight. Close your eyes. The voice should come. The Prana Shakti should come out through the Om. Om. Take a deep breath again. Om. Once more, please. Om. Parthaya pratibodhita bhagavata Narayanena swayam Vyasena grathita Purana munina Madhye Mahabharatam. I am leaving gap because you have to repeat. Those who have memorized, they can do it easily. Those who don't, those who have not memorized, please see the book and repeat. Advaitaamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini Ambatva Anusandathami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Fullara Vinda यतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयत्रतजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामा विकर्ण घोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्य वचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधनाभोदितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदै अहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारत पंकजं कलिमलः प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्ग पदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा Pashyanti yam yogino yasyantam naviduhu sura suragana devaya tasmai namaha devaya tasmai namaha devaya tasmai namaha. Harihi Om, Harihi Om, Harihi Om. So here in this Dhyana shlokas, very, very interesting, very beautiful, very deep meaning is given to us to get a grip of the scripture. O blessed Mother Bhagavad Gita, thou goddess Amba, who was imparted to Arjuna by Narayana himself, who was recorded amidst the Mahabharata by Vyasa, the ancient sage, who showers the nectar of Advaita, who is composed of 18 chapters. I meditate on thee, the destroyer of samsara. Then the next shloka is a salutation to Bhagavan Vedavyasa. Vishala Buddhi, his qualities. Universal mind, expansive mind. That means we also should cultivate that Vishala Buddhi. Opposite of Vishala Buddhi is Kunchita Buddhi, contracted mind, narrow mind, fixed mind, a adamant mind. But Vishala, accommodative mind, universal mind, a creative mind, a analytical mind. That is the Vishala Buddhi, awakened mind. So that is Vedavyasa for us. Okay. Vishala Buddhi, Fullaravinda Yatapatra Netra, his eyes were like a lotus leaf. That means not like a round lotus leaf. On the back of the lotus leaf, there are the impressions of Bhagavan Sri Hari. When you reverse the lotus leaf, you will find a beautiful lining. That is why it is called Kamalapatra. Fullaravinda Yatapatra Netra. And Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha, who lit the wisdom lamp which brims with the oil that is Mahabharata. Then the next sloka is salutation to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is holding a cane, who is Prapanna Parijataya, wish-yielding tree to the surrendered ones, holding a cane for driving the cattle, Gnana Mudraya, Krishnaya, and through Krishna, what is coming out to all of us? Gita Amritam, milker of the nectarian milk of the Gita. Right? Next is what is the Bhagavad Gita? What is the structure? What is the subject matter? Sarvo Upanishado Gavo. All the Upanishads are cows. Krishna is the milkman. Partha is the Vatsa, the calf. And all of us, the seekers of truth, are drinking that milk called Bhagavad Gita. Wonderful. Then Vasudeva Sutam, oft quoted, very famous. Salutation to Vasudeva, mother, father, mother, Devaki Nandana, Sri Krishna. He is the destroyer of Kamsa, Chanura, and Jagat Gurum. Then next slokas, Bhishma Drona Tata, Jayat Ritajala, etc., Bara Sharya Vachaha. The first one is the situation there in the Kaurava forces, the terrible sharks, terrible rivers, terrible whirlpool, the blue lily, and so many things are there. These are all symbolic of what is happening in our own mind also, in our heart also. These are symbolic of Jayadratha, of Karna, of Ashwathama, Kripa, Duryodhana, Shalya, Shakuni, and others. Then little wider meaning of the Bhagavad Gita, from where to where it has come. Parasharya Vachaha, Saroja Mamalam, etc. Then Mukam Karoti Vachalam, again famous quoted shloka we chant in our personal meditation. by the grace of Mukunda, by the grace of Krishna, by the grace of the Lord, even the dumb will become eloquent. The handicapped people will climb the mountains. Pangum langhayate girim. But Kripa is very, very important. Surrender is very, very important. Then again, a universal prayer. Yam Brahma, Varunendra, Rudra, Marutaha, etc. That is for meditation, which we'll chant every day. My salutation to that Supreme Being, whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, and Rudra glorify by divine hymns, whom singers of Saman praise by chanting the Veda with all the complementary parts, sections, and Upanishads, whom yogins intute with minds concentrated in meditation, and whose limit neither the hosts of Devas nor of Asuras know or aware of. That is the last sloka. Okay. So every day, chanting pranam mantras, Ramakrishna, Sharada, Vivekananda, Guru, and the universal prayers. Then it is our custom all the 6 days to chant the Gita Dhyana shlokas. So what is your work today and before tomorrow? All the new people, first timers, memorize by heart like school children all the 10 shlokas. Partaya Pratibodhitam up to Yam Brahma Varunendra. I hope old students, previous students, they know. Have you memorized? All the Dhyana shloka should memorize. Ashwita, Anita, Gita, and our Devika, Naveen Reddy, Nityanand, all these old students who attend Shyam Babu Garu. You are also old, both in age and in young in spirit. Shashank also attended previously. Sugandhini Reddy, volunteer. All of you should be boldly reciting. If I am not there also, you should lead. You should take up responsibility. That is real involvement of the Gita Dhyana shlokas. Okay. Create a team, your family, your friends, your youngsters, your family. In the family, youngsters will be there. Relatives will be there. Instead of talking politics or cinema or some marriage and some eating and entertainment, Dhyana shlokas. Very important. Okay. So with this, we shall enter into the 13th chapter, please. So I'm breaking the chapters into a few important sections, which I shall mention. Please take a pen or a pencil or something, note it down and mark it. And so that tomorrow, today, later on, you can read. Again, third time I'm telling, some of you have switched off your camera. Some of you have not opened camera. That means what? Should I close the class and sit in my room? Don't touch your computer after opening or let it do your work. You do your duty. Again and again, I am telling. School children. School children will be playing. And here, Ankit, Sridhar, what are you all doing? Galaxy M31. Galaxy M31 means jail number or foreign visa? What is your name given by your mother, father? That is very important. So shlokas 1 to 6, please mark, note down the subject matter. Shlokas 1 to 6. What is the name of the chapter? Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yogam. Differentiation of the knower from the known. That is the translation. Kshetra Kshetragna. Knower from the known. Kshetra is what you are seeing in front of you. Kshetragna, the seer, the knower. That is the meaning. And 1 to 6, 6 shlokas. It is, subject is the field and its knower. Kshetra, Kshetragna given in summary. 6 shlokas, 1 to 6. Second part. What is the second part? Shlokas number 7 to 11. Shlokas number 7 to 11. The subject is knowledge and its means. Knowledge and its means. MEANS. Knowledge and how to gain that knowledge. It is also very important. Means are important. The process is important. What are the steps that you take to gain that supreme knowledge is important. That is 5 shlokas. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then the third part of this chapter is 12 to 15, 3 shlokas or 4 shlokas, 12, 13, 14, 15. The object to be known. The object to be known. Emi telusukovali. What should I know? What is that goal that scriptures talk of? Object to be known. Then the last part, 16th shloka till 34th shloka. 16 included till 34. That is the main portion of the chapter. Knowledge as discovery of one's spiritual identity. Knowledge as discovery of one's spiritual identity. What is the identity there? Your ID card? Spirituality. What is spirituality? The knowledge of the Atman. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. I am Atma Brahma. That is the identity. Amritasya Putraha. Children of immortal bliss. Allow me to call you brethren by that sweet name. You are heirs of immortal bliss. King is there and you are the daughter of the king. You are the son of the king. So what is your property? The king's property. Aishwaryam, Vaibhavam, Divyatvam, Daivi Sampat. Not other things. Not land, not buildings, not bank balance, not your dresses, not your cars, not your ATM account. No, please don't make that mistake. These are all secondary for survival, for some social esteem, for social status. Whether you are going by auto or whether you are going by BMW or Benz, what does it make? Huh? Whether you go private jet or whether you go by Indigo, what difference does it make, sir? Finally, you have to land somewhere, no? Why so much hangama? If you go by auto, the poor man will get something, but you want to go to BMW airport by BMW and show that you are one day BMW will go to garage. You have to leave and go to hospital by ambulance. I have seen one man who has got 5 BMWs, but Corona time, nobody came near him. Only the hospital staff and his wife also could not go near. What is the use? పాఠాలు నేర్చుకోవాలండి. ఎప్పుడు నేర్చుకోకపోతే ఎప్పుడు I laughed seeing that. I did not feel pity. I laughed. 5 BMWs, each one 30 lakhs or 1 crore. Finally, who went near him? Nobody. His wife also could not go. His son was standing at a distance and watching the father body going to the crematorium with all that packed PPE, all covered. His face also, they could not put one mala also. So what is that I should attain? What is your spiritual identity? This is the mistake that we have done. If you have studied Swami Vivekananda's teachings or you have not straight, doesn't matter. You can study after 9:30. There's a story in our Puranas called Rani Madalasa. Do you know it, Anitama? Anitama, no, she is nodding her head. Mrudula, do you know story of Rani Madalasa? Devika, do you know? Naveen Reddy, Telsa, Rani Madalasa Katha, Enisal Japan. Vivekananda Cheptaran. Pavitra ji, do you know? Gaurav Chaudhary? Who does not know? Raise your hand. Be honest. There's no this one there. Samant does not know. Sita does not know. Naveen Reddy doesn't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please be honest. Just I want to know the public reaction, the students' reaction, who do not know the story of Rani Madalasa. Quickly, quickly, quickly. If you have not raised your hand, I will ask you to explain. Be honest. Better raise your hand, they will tell. Okay. Honestly, you people do not know. Some of you may be knowing. I won't embarrass you by asking the story. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Rani Madalasa, her story we have published in our Ramakrishna Prabha, and one book also is there. She is a Maharani by her qualification, and she had Atma Gnanam, self-knowledge. Brahma Gnanam, Atma Gnanam, you can call. She wanted to impart that knowledge of Atma Gnanam or real nature of man to her children. To her children. So as the child was born, she kept it in the cradle, and she was swinging the cradle. Jolipata, lullaby. They call it modern Bhasha, lullaby. To put the baby to sleep, is it not? Jolipata. They put the child in the lap of the mother, and the mother will be swinging the lap. And older times, all of you might have done, and or you might have got done by your mother, and mother's mother, grandmother would take the child either in the arms or in this one and sing a song or chant some stotram, things like that. That is for making the baby sleep. But here this Amma, Rani, Maharani Madalasa, she was not singing some ordinary songs. Lullaby, not just Jolipata. She was singing the song of freedom. Song of immortality. Can you believe it? That is our tradition. That is our mother. That is our Hindu Dharma. Oh, what a glory, you know. Tomorrow I will play the video of that song, which is available. Okay, very powerful. It is Kshetra Vibhaga Yoga translation, as it were. Upanishad translation. I don't have it immediately. I will get it tomorrow and play for you. Rani Madalasa's song. Last line says, last line. Am I audible? Nice. Shuddhosi buddhosi muktosi samsara maya parivarjitosi. Last line. Shuddhosi buddhosi muktosi samsara maya parivarjitosi. She is singing. Who is singing? Mother. Not one ayah, not one nurse, not a neighbor. Own mother is singing to the baby. Will the baby be able to understand? Can the baby understand? Shuddhosi, buddhosi, muktosi, samsa. What will the baby understand? But you know what is the secret there? Rahasyam. Baby is seeing the mother's loving face. Baby is listening to the Shabda, not the Bhasha. What that word is it a Hindi word? Is it Telugu? Is it Bengali? Is it Marathi? Is it Gujarati? Is it Punjabi? No. But there is some vibrations. There is some vibrations because of the mother's concern, mother's feeling. And that love, vibrations, care, concern is going into the brain of the baby. The baby is able to understand that my mother is telling me something. So it is seeing the mother's face and smiling. That is the power of word, power of these mantras, mantra Shakti. Mother knows the meaning. With keeping the meaning in the mind, she is singing, and the baby is get the vibrations. And this is going on for a long time. Father does not know, but this mother is taking care of the baby, giving him her love, her warmth, her milk, everything is going on, but she is giving this Atma Gnanam to her own child. And the child matures after 18, 19, 20. He gets illumination. He gets that buddhi, awakening of the buddhi. And he renounces and becomes a Maharishi. Second child, third child. But then the king is worried. All these fellows are going away. Who will be my successor? I am becoming old. So he requests, my dear Madalasa Rani, please allow one child to become the king. If all of them go away, become Maharishis, what will happen? All right. I will permit. So Raja and Maharani, husband and wife, retire. They go to the forest, Vanaprastha. She gives a box, a jewel box like thing to her child, who will become the Maharaja, and tells, whenever you are in difficulty, whenever you need it, you open this box, some message is there, and you will get happiness. So that is how the father and mother go away to the forest, and this fellow becomes the king, and he is sitting on the throne doing the administration and Rajya Rakshana. But then after 10-15 years, he is feeling suffocated. He is feeling something missing. He is not attending the court. He is not attending the assembly. So his minister says, why are you unhappy? Why are you not ruling? What is your problem? He says, uncle, my heart is suffering for something. It is seeking something else, not this Rajaboga. He says, why are you worried? Your mother told me, and she gave you a book box, a gift box. You see what is inside? You may get some happiness. She told you also. She blessed you. He goes inside. He remembers. He has kept it in a safe place. He opens it. And what does he see? That entire song. Song of Moksha. He reads that. Mother's blessings, Rishi's blessings, and he gains Atma Gnanam. He meditates over it. Not that just by reading you get it. He meditates. He gets illumination, and he becomes mature, does his job well, and offers it to his son and goes away to the forest. Vivekananda is asking, Swami Vivekananda is asking the mothers of India, how many Madalasas we have in our nation? How many mothers can tell their child, Shuddhosi, Buddhosi, Muktosi, Samsara, Maya Parivarjitosi? Do you have that boldness? No, 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 no. Put them in an engineering college. You become doctor, don't become immortal. Huh? Andhra means doctor, engineer. Why you want to become engineer, doctor? Not for serving the society, to get more dowry. Kattanam, I will get more dowry if I am a super specialist. No Loka Sangraham, no Loka Kalyanam, only I. So anyway, she was breaking that. Indian mind is, the yogi mind is to break that. You become doctor, engineer, lawyer, tailor, driver, cook, whatever. But inside, Atma Gnanam should be there. Human excellence should be there. Manifestation of the divinity should be there. Then anywhere you are a Raja, not of palace or not of some big property, but you are a Raja of yourself. You have self-mastery. Don't be a slave, be a master. You may do slave's work. You may do a servant's work, but you will do it with a master's mind. That is Vedanta. That is Bhagavad Gita. So, this Atma Gnanam is very important. 16 to 34, knowledge as discovery of one's spiritual identity. So, we read 4 slokas. I will recite. Please learn. Please open the book. Are you ready? Shri Atha Trayodashodhyayah. Repeat. Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yoga. Everybody should chant. I am observing your lip movement. Not just my mind, orally also important. Kshetragna Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yoga. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramithyabhidhiyate. Idam Shariram Kaunteya. Once more. Kshetramithyabhidhiyate. Etadyo veti tam prahuhu kshetragna iti tadvidaha. Meaning is, the blessed Lord said, this body, O Arjuna, is called the kshetra. Idam shariram. Our body is called kshetra. And what is the translation in English? Field. Our body is a field. When we say paddy field, magnetic field, is it not? And cricket ground is called a field. Football field, football ground. Yes or no? So, garden is a field. So, kshetra is polam, in Telugu, polam. Okay, agricultural field. So, translation is kshetra is a field. So, Krishna is telling our body is the field of so many activities. The field, because the fruits of action are reaped in it. In outside field, what do you get? Roses, mangoes, grapes, sapota, orange, flowers. That's outside field. But in our field, desires, good, bad, useful, useless, desires will be there. He who knows it as his property is the kshetragna. Shariram kshetra. Those who know it, kshetragnaha. Very interesting, very nicely put. Kshetragna, or the spirit who knows the field. So says those versed in this subject. Iti tadvidaha. Iti tadvidaha means the people who have understood that they are telling this. Kshetra, your body. Kshetragna, the knower of the body or the field. Second shloka, please repeat. Kshetragnam chapimam vidhi. Kshetragnam chapimam vidhi. Sarva kshetreshu bharata. Sarva kshetreshu bharata. Kshetra kshetragnayor gnanam. Kshetra kshetragnayor gnanam. Yatta gnanam matam mama. Yatta gnanam matam mama. Meaning is this: Know me, O Bharata, O Scion of the Bharata race. Bharata, Arjuna. Know me to be the Kshetragna, the spirit, in all the Kshetras. Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu. Sarva kshetreshu, all the bodies that we see, your body, my body, 139 million crore bodies, east or west, north or south, that is the kshetras. Then Krishna is telling, know me or understand me to be the kshetragna in all the kshetras, in all the bodies, in all the fields. The knowledge of the distinction between kshetra and kshetragna alone is real knowledge according to me. Another important statement, please. Kshetra kshetragnayor gnanam. The knowledge of the field and the knower of the field. That is real knowledge. All other knowledge are secondary. What is primary? What is most important? Knowledge of the field and the knower of the field. Kshetra kshetragnayor gnanam. That is real knowledge. Then third shloka. Tat kshetram yachaya drikcha yadvikari yatascha sachayo yat prabhavascha tatsamasena me shruno. Once more. Tat kshetram yachaya drikcha yadvikari yatascha sachayo yat prabhavascha tatsamasena me shruno. Hear from me in brief what the kshetra is, of what nature it is, what its modifications are, and from what causes, what effects have sprung. Also know who the kshetragna is and what his powers consist of. So all the details he is giving in the next few chapters. What is the kshetra? What is the nature of the kshetra? What are the changes in the kshetra? And what causes and what effects? That also he will explain. He will tell us. And later he will take us to kshetragna. That is third shloka. Now fourth shloka, please. Rishibhir bahuda gitam. Rishibhir bahuda gitam. Chandobhir vividhaih pratak. Brahma sutra padaischaiva. Brahma sutra padaischaiva. Hetu madbhir vinischitaihi. Hetu madbhir vinischitaihi. The meaning is, in many and different ways, Rishibhir bahuda gitam. So many ways they have sung, they have narrated, they have put it into beautiful ragam about the subject matter in meters of various descriptions. Chanda, different meters are there, different what you call ragams are there. Anushtup Chandaha, mainly Bhagavad Gita. There are other chandas also. Brahma Sutra Padaischaiva, Hetu Madbhir Vinischitaihi. The well-reasoned and definitive aphorisms of the Brahma Sutras too have been discussed. So, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads all come under one subject called the scriptures of Hindus. But simple and direct to the subject is Bhagavad Gita. Now chant shlokas 5 and 6. Please repeat 5 and 6, okay? Mahabhutani अहंकारः अहंकारः बुद्धिरव्यक्तः एव च बुद्धिरव्यक्तम् एव च इंद्रियाणि इंद्रियाणि दशैकञ्च पंचचेन्द्रियगोचराः पंचचेन्द्रियगोचराः इच्छा द्वेष सुखम दुःखम इच्छा द्वेष सुखम दुःखम संघातश्चेतना धृतिः संघातश्चेतना धृतिः एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारम् उदाहृतम् एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारम् उदाहृतम् सविकारमुदाहृतम्. The meaning is the five elements, that is Pancha Mahabhutas, the I sense, Ahankara. Here Ahankara means not anger, it is the I-ness, awareness. Nenu, we keep talking. Naku, Nenu, I, mine. This is not Ahankara. When it becomes troublesome, we call it Ahankara. Basically, the I-ness is self-identity, Ahankara. The five great elements, the I sense, the intellect, buddhi, and the unmanifested root matter, avyaktam evacha. Then indriyani dashaikam, 10 indriyas, 5 pancha gnanendriyas, pancha karmendriyas. Dashaikancha, pancha cha indriya gocharaha. The 11th is the mind. 10 organs plus the mind, it will become one box. Last month class I referred to it. 5 objects of the senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, and their objects, seen, heard, shabda, all that. Desire, ichcha, dvesha, pleasure, pain, desire, hatred. Then the body, consciousness in the body, and will, chetana, dhrutihi. Such is a brief description of the kshetra with all its modifications. These are all modified, plus these are all original qualities also are there in the field, kshetra. There are some more important value systems in this mind and in the manas that we shall take it tomorrow. Okay. So 5 minutes, let us sit for meditation based on what you have heard and what you have chanted. So important point is to know the difference between concentration and meditation. This is a revision for all of you. Please understand, concentration is different from meditation. Actually, there are 5 stages as far as our inward journey is concerned. One is imagination. Imagination. The second is visualization. Visualization, visual. Imagination may be right, may be wrong. But visualization, very concrete, solid. Third is concentration. Fourth is meditation. Fifth is realization. So the root of realization is in imagination. So just imagine, I want this kind of building. You may change it, you may not change it, you may add it, you may not do it also. It remains only like a cloud in the sky. But when you're really practicing or really want it, the aspiration, then you go to an architect, you go to a guru, you go to elders and say, plan for it. Please put into drawing measurement, room size, your veranda size, etc. So what happens? Visual. He'll make a 3D blueprint, a computer blueprint, and hand it over to you. That is visual. Then later it becomes concentration. Concentration will lead to deeper and deeper meditation. And when the gates are opened, realization. So these are the stages. So where is concentration? Third level. In Yoga Sutras, what is it called? Pratyahara. Pratyahara. The distracted and the scattered and the disturbed and the varieties in the mind will become one. You are gathering, gathering, gathering. Yato yato nischarati manas chanchalam astiram tatastato niyam yaitad atmanyeva vasham nayet. Sixth chapter of the Gita, Krishna is telling, for whatsoever reason the mind is chanchalam astiram, tatastato niyam yaitad. From that place it is stuck up, it is attached, it is caught up there for whatsoever reason, obsession, attraction, so that mind will be in that state. So what you should do? What does the yogi do? Tatastato niyam yaitad. By discipline, by methodology, by willpower, niyama, yama niyama, you have studied. Shaucha, Santosha, Swadhyaya, Tapas, Ishvara, Pranidhana. By doing this niyama, Atmani eva vasham nayet. Bring that mind from the object into the subject. Make it one with the Atma. That is the concentration. Pratyahara. And when that pratyahara goes deeper, it becomes dhyana, dhyana, dhyana. So that is the difference. When you are talking, or when I am talking, or when you are reading a book, what happens? The mind will be going around that book in cycle, up and down, up and down, up and down. And there will be a phone call, or somebody calls you, your mother, father, brother, sister. You stop the reading, put a bookmark and run there. So it is only external concentration. You may forget, you may remember, you may come tomorrow only. It is all concentration that is left to you. But in meditation, nobody can call you. Even if you call, you are not there because you are with the Atma. Prapancha unna lekpoina muligina muligpoina you dhyanam chestu untam. You are immersed. Shanti, 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 shanti. Level vedipotundi manasu. Concentration perigipotundi. You are increasing the concentration. You are increasing the joy, Parama Shakti, Parama Shanti, Parama Bhakti, Parama Anandam. So, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana according to Patanjali. So, difference is, it should not be just going around for 1 hour or 2 hours. It should be going deep inside that subject of study. But at the most, what is our ability? To increase the level of concentration from 5 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 50, keep increasing, and one day it will become total meditation. So that is the general meaning of this. Now just relax, sit straight, close your eyes, and tune your mind to become calm for the whole day. Slow breathing, peaceful breathing, please. Think of Parama Shanti inside you, outside you. Think of Paramanandam, supreme joy inside you, outside you, in your room, in your house, with your parents, family members. Parama Shanti, Paramanandam, Kshetra Kshetragna Gnanam. All this just be without any thought, but slowly think and keep quiet. Om. When you chant the Omkaram now, think of the lower part of the body from the toe till your waist. Kshetra is this Shariram. So you have to think from the toe upwards. పాదాల నుండి పాదాల వ్రేళ్ళు నుండి నడుం వరకు. Energy is traveling upward, not downward. Downward is samsara, world, joy, physical joy. But when you bring it upwards, it is meditation. Now, second time when you chant, think of your shariram, the field, from the waist till the neck, till the throat. Now, from the throat upwards till the Sahasra, till the top of your head. Take a deep breath, chant the Om. Om. What are there in this kshetra, in this field, which is your shariram? There is Panchamahabhutas. What are the Panchamahabhutas? Agni Tattvam, Jala Tattvam, Akasha Tattvam, Bhutattvam, and Vayu Tattvam. Panchamahabhutas are there in the Sharira. Next is Ahankara is there, I-ness, the I sense. Then the Buddhi, the intellect. The unmanifested Tattvam is there, root matter. It is like a seed which is not manifested, which has not become a plant, but the power is there in the seed. It is called avyakta rupa, avyakta bhava. Then dasha indriya, the 10 organs, pancha gnanendriya, pancha karmendriya. And one more is there, that is the mind, the 11th organ, the sukshma indriya. Pancha indriya gocharaha, 5 objects of the senses. The form is there, the shabda is there, the taste is there, the smell is there, and the touch, the feeling is there. Ichcha is there, desire. Dvesha, hatred. Sukham, pleasure. Dukkham, pain. Sanghataha, the aggregate. The body, Chetana, consciousness. Dhriti, willpower. And Savikaram, along with its modifications, the changes of all these is called Kshetra. In brief, Krishna is described in 2 shlokas, number 5 and shloka number 6. Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktameva cha indriyani dashaikancha pancha chendriya gocharaha ichcha dvesha sukham dukkham sanghataschetana dhriti etat kshetram samasena savikara mudahrutam. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Mentally offer your salutations to Bhagavan Shri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda. Let us offer our salutations to Gita Acharya, Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam, Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. To all great teachers and saints, our namaskaram, our salutations. And to all sadhakas and yogis, known to us, unknown to us, wherever they are, our salutations from the place where you are sitting. Rub the palms very nicely, all of you. Gently roll over your eyelids, please. Forehead and your face. Just offer namaskaram and open your eyes. Okay. So we come to the end of this session now today. I request all of you to chant Gita Dhyana Shlokas with meaning, the 6 shlokas of the 13th chapter with meaning. In the evening also, the best time is between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Suryodayam, Suryastama. Sandhya Samayam, we call it Sandhya Samayam. So please practice in the evening today. Then what happens? Mind will be consolidated. The scattered mind becomes gathered mind. Now it is about 9:45, 9:50. So till evening 6 o'clock, we'll be busy, study, work, family, newspaper, and so many things. In the evening, just stay put. Bundle up something, close the door, and half an hour, 45 minutes, don't get up, do this sadhana. So that word you should give me. You should take a Sankalpa, 16th August 2021. Today evening also I will do. Before night, I will just maintain some quietness, maintain some focus and sleep. Morning, of course, class will be there, 8 o'clock, 8:20. Refresh yourself and with the Bhagavad Gita book, get ready. All right. So we'll leave now. Any doubts, any difficulty, please write to me, bodhamayananda@gmail.com, and I shall reply as per convenience. Okay. So thank you. Namaste. Shubhadinam. Shubharatri. And may Bhagavan Sri Krishna Gita Acharya bless you, guide you, and take you to deeper meditation. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you.